Lido on that record stands strong right here on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. Exactly 33 minutes past the hour of 9, and it's about time we look through the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers, get a perspective on the trending stories with analysis from our analysts and feedback from you as well. Welcome to From the Dailies. My name is Victory Onyedikachi. Good morning to you. Alright, this morning we'll be taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune, the Vanguard newspaper, the Nation newspaper, and the Punch newspaper. But let's start off with the Nigerian Tribune paper. Queues for petrol persist as independent marketers sell 950 naira per litre. PDP ready to question Wike. Other stories from the Tribune paper reads Bill Gates in Nigeria for talks on development solutions. Federal government begins rollout of over 500 CNG-powered buses. Lassa fever vaccine to save 3,300 lives. Avert $1.28 million societal cost in 15 African countries. NMPC to be the sole buyer of Dangote PMS, and that's coming from a report, which is the banner headline on the Tribune paper. A writer to that reads, as refinery begins processing of products. FG prosecutes 7 illegal mining suspects in Kogi and Ondo State. 10 maritime workers abducted on Bonny Port Harcourt waterway. Gunmen demand 30 million naira ransom on 3 kidnapped victims in Ekiti State. Police declare Britain Nigerian wanted over alleged attempt to overthrow Tinubu. League of Northern Democrats flags off 2027 battle plan. These are the stories on the Tribune paper. Now from the Tribune, let's now move over to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The biggest story on the Vanguard newspaper reads, anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 naira per litre. Forex, renewed naira depreciation begins as market turnover falls 25%. Presidency denies alleged frosty relationship between Tinubu and Shatima. I don't regret joining APC, Amechi declares. Nigerian Airlines not dislisted from operating to US over safety, federal government. 2027 PDP in talks with Kwakwanso Obi, says spokesman. Team Nigeria wins first medal, that is in sport. These are the stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Now we move over to the Nation's newspaper. Oyo to deploy 20 CNG buses given to federal government. Woman held in Canada for threatening to poison Nigerians. Osima seals 1-year loan deal with Galatasaray. Ex-President Yar'Adua's mum, 102, dies in Casina. Treason. Police place 20 million bounty on Britain and Nigerian. Investors in 500 million FGN bond to get allocation on Friday. These are the stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And now to the last paper to review this morning. Let's look through the front page of the Punch newspaper. Starting with petrol will be exported if marketers boycott products. Dangote Refinery. Hospitals, tertiary institutions, electricity subsidy may gulp to 188 billion naira. NNPCL may stop petrol import as depot price nears 1,000 naira per litre. The biggest story on the Punch newspaper reads, PDP governors Wike may clash as NWC meets on Wednesday. NEC pressures NWC to hand over Rivers PDP to Fubara. PDP governors will address minister's threat at meeting, says Forum DG. Hunger protests. Britain denies fleeing as court remands 10. External debt servicing rises to 2.78 billion US dollars, CBN report. Arrested Canada-based Nigerian woman threatening Yoruba risks 2-year jail term. Tinubu meets Xi Jinping today, signs bilateral agreement. These are the stories on The Punch, Vanguard, Nation, and the Nigerian Tribune paper. Shortly, we will be connecting with our analysts to bring you more background details and information on these stories that made the front page of our several Nigerian newspapers. Alright, you're still listening to From the Dailies on the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. We're now joined with our analysts to bring you more details on the stories that we've read to you this morning. Joining me for that conversation is Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokbe. Good morning to you, Comrade. It's good to have you join us.
To you, my dear comrade brother.
Alright, how are you feeling today? How's Nigeria treating you?
Well, beyond Nigeria, we have to live. We are physically here, but we have to live beyond Nigeria. You know what I mean?
Right. All right, let's start off with some major stories this morning. And I think the right place to begin this conversation is PDP governors Wike may clash as NWC meets Wednesday. NEC is pressuring NWC to hand over River State to Fubara. And PDP governors will also address the minister's threat at meeting, says the foreign DG. It's been lingering for a while about Wike's stance, if it's still a member of the PDP. However, Wike has reiterated over time that he's not leaving the PDP. Of course, being that he was a front runner of the party when we lost the election at the time. And he's saying he's invested so much in the party to leave the party. However, during the 2023 election, there were a lot of anti-party activities that were spearheaded by Wike at the time, hence the need for a disciplinary action by the NEC and PDP governors. Do you think that after the meeting on Wednesday, we might reach a resolve where, PDP would ask Wike to leave the party, or he would make the decision for himself that it's about time, that he moves on?
Well, you see, Wike is alleged to have committed anti-party activities. Apparently, the party itself committed anti-people activity, in the issue of zoning. That is fundamental. But if you do not agree with it, well, and in Nigeria, the thing is you leave the party, you move on. But you see, ordinarily, you stay within the party and then vent your, grievances. It's not you, but he chose to work against the interest of the party. So if we can work against the interest of the party, if the party had the guts or the nerve to sanction him, you understand? What kind of a party is that cannot sanction its members? He has invested so much in the party, yes, but he has invested so much energy in making sure that the party did not win the presidential election. You understand? So, the party, if it is actually a party, the party should have the nerve and the guts to discipline erring members. PDP has failed to do that. Yes, if the party committed an error, it's so shocking that PDP has failed to deal with erring members like that. They call themselves the G5. They paraded themselves all over the country and did all sorts of things. Not any action to discipline them. You see, Wiki has to straddle the two terrains. You understand? He's in PDP. He's working for APC. Yes, he has to be, for him to be in control of Rivers in 2027, he has to be in between and then decide which candidate to work with. You can never be too sure. They can take the party structure from him. You know the party. They can say, whatever. They can declare whatever they did. The party, the state congress, they did yesterday, day before yesterday. You understand? Where Wike was boasting. They can nullify it. You know the way we are, and then everybody heads to court and INEC and all of that. You understand? So Wike is playing smart. He is playing smart. His eye is on control of Rivers, not the party, not APC, not PDP. You understand? His eye is on the ball, is control of Rivers State, not PDP, not APC. So he stays in between. He's in PDP, he's influencing things, he's working for APC, he's getting appointments for his loyalists at the federal level. He's getting appointments for that. So, so when they see there is patronage, they know that they will remain loyal to him. They will remain loyal. So let's see how this works out. But it is shocking that the party cannot call Wike, and especially Wike, to order. It is shocking. It is shocking.
Well,
anyway, PDP is noted for impunity anyway. PDP, the other party's name of PDP since the days of Obasanjo has been impunity.
Well, if anything, the party has stated that Wike is not bigger than the party itself. So hopefully by Wednesday, we're going to see a resolution to this crisis that's been going on since the election. But let's move over to another story that is driving up attention across board, which is the federal government arraigning end bad governance protesters. Now, we saw that yesterday the federal government had arraigned 10 end bad governance protesters who were arrested in Kaduna, Abuja, Kano, Gombe states before a federal high court. And according to Igbetokun, he's stating that they committed a treasonable offense. Now, I had to check the word treason again to be sure that I understand the meaning. And I'm going to reiterate that for the purpose of, people who are trying to grasp what I was battling with. Treason by dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, is defined as the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill or overthrow the sovereignty of a government. So I'm just here wondering if what the protesters did from August 1st to August the 10th was treasonable from the reports that we saw. Help my perspective, comrade. Is that what is happening here? Because that's what they are being taken to court for.
You will notice that those who are being arraigned for treason or treasonable felony is those who are alleged to have, been hoisting foreign flags. You understand?
Okay.
But the good thing about our law is that it is the prosecutor that has to prove, you understand? That has to prove. You are presumed innocent until found guilty. That is the position of our laws. If you are taken to court, yes, treason, high treason, whatever, you are presumed innocent until the prosecution proves beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. So I do hope that those guys have some defense.
Hello?
And I do hope some form of legal defense will be organized for them. Or else, it could be a dangerous run. But, they need to have legal defense, so that they can navigate for them. They will be, these guys now, who are the people that have been arraigned? Except for probably one or two. I think there are one or two people there that are not the street boys. But all those ones from Gombe, Kaduna, and all the rest of it are hoisting what is now
Foreign
said to be
flags.
Russian flag, foreign flag. Do you think those ones knew what they were doing? So they need legal counsel to navigate for them.
Unfortunately, ignorance is not an excuse.
It is you that is ignorant. The law is not ignorant. What is it? The law is the law, and it applies. The law is just the law. That's why they say the law is an art. I mean, anybody writes the law? Look, people should be careful. People should be careful. You have to think twice. I've been involved in demonstrations and all of that, but you have to know what the boundaries of the law. The moment you step over it, the law will just, catch up, and you will be shocked. Sometimes people are shocked when the law catches up with them, when they are doing things that are seemingly, ordinary, no big deal, and then the law appears and they interpret the law to you, and then you are shocked. Ignorant people just doing that, running around the street, it could be very dangerous. But I do hope that they were not, believe you me, I mean, those guys were not engaged in any treasonable act. I mean, what is it? They say end bad governance, end hunger. Is that treason? Ordinarily, is that treason? End bad governance, end hunger. People are hungry. They say, let's put an end to hunger. You say they are engaged in treason.
Yeah.
The government should not, look, they should not try to convict people except, there is proof of treasonable act.
Because I can clearly remember when the protest hashtag started, there was a hashtag that stated Tinubu must go, and lawyers came out to say that was treasonable, and we saw that they stopped that particular hashtag and they changed it to end bad governance. So for people who are aware,
that was treason now.
Yes,
if you start demanding, this guy got elected, you understand? Any attempt at regime change through any other means than the ballot box is treason. In fact, that one I think is high treason. It is not just treasonable felony, it is high treason. Any attempt to change government other than through the means that we know that the law prescribes, which is via election, that is treason. That is treason. So that was why those who knew, that was why they navigated to end hunger, end bad governance.
Fair enough.
People should be very careful.
Let's talk about another thing that I know Nigerians are hoping would end, which is the continued raising of fuel price. According to the Vanguard newspaper, anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 naira per liter. I don't know how much you've got petrol. Have you bought petrol recently, comrade?
Yes, I got lucky. Got fuel at what do they call it? The one NNPC. Yes, NNPC.
900
around
and something.
my area. No. I was still about around 600. I mean, by the time you add the extortion to it, because there is usually extortion, that is for the boys. So It's around 600 naira. Yeah, around 600 naira.
Comrade, we're beginning to sound like a broken record with recycling the stories on NNPC. There's now its trust
It is
deficit.
not going away.
Yes.
That's a challenge. If it is not going away, we continue to address it.
So what's the ultimate solution here? Because this has raised a lot of conversation. There's a trust deficit with the NNPC making statements about the start of our refinery. This has started since last year up until this moment, and there are still promises by Mele Kyari. There's also the call for Mele Kyari to be sacked or he should step down. Why is the president not acting in that regard? Why is there no call for Mele Kyari to step down from that office? Being that he's not...
Good question.
Yes, being that he's not, doing what he's supposed to do.
Victory, good question. You see, just like you said, we started sounding like a broken record. So I had to, dig. I now went to one gentleman who retired as a senior, I don't want to mention his title, in Port Harcourt Refinery, you understand, just this last year. And I went to him, and he called the refinery, you understand. And I'm talking about Wednesday last week. This is Tuesday. No, Thursday, Friday. I went to him. So he called. He said, and the guy that responded said, look, they had already started production. Of course, we know that they have been supplied with stock feed. That is crude oil. You understand? They already started production. It is not they will produce and start selling. They will produce and store. You understand? So while they are dispensing what they have stored, the production continues. So the storage does not go down. So this is, I'm talking about Port Harcourt. You see, outside, we call it Port Harcourt 1, Port Harcourt 2. Inside the refinery, the second refinery, they call it Area 5. It is not a second refinery. It is outside that we call it a second refinery. They call it area. So the guys said they have started production, and their storage was already, getting to a high level. But there were problems again in the production line. You understand? A refinery that has stopped production since 2015. I was even told that when that refinery stopped production in 2015, it wasn't as if it was not running. They stopped it. It wasn't that it broke down beyond, running. But it was government said they should stop it. Look, the problem with NNPCL as I call it a conglomerate, it has 21 subsidiaries. Look at the pipelines. Look at the depots. There is a subsidiary for that. It used to be PPMC, Products Pipeline Management. Then depots differently. But now they have merged the depots and the pipelines together. Okay, what are they doing? What last did you hear of products in any depot? What about Ilorin? The man told me that even the pipeline has been vandalized. He said one day from Port Harcourt, they pumped 10 million liters to Aba. Aba is not far from Port Harcourt. He said only 1 million liters got to the depot in Aba. 10 million liters was pumped from Port Harcourt refinery to Aba depot. Only 1 million liters got to Aba.
So the rest was smuggled or what?
Ambushed. Ambushed. 9 million liters ambushed out of 10 on the pipeline. And of course, you know where that was. So anybody that did that, anything he sold it was profit. So that is the issue. Now, they are saying they want to give out the Warri and Kaduna refineries, Abi. They say they are not interested in running it. Look, this thing, it is not about Mele Kyari. That's what I've always said. It is not about Mele Kyari. It is about systems. Why are they still running? Let them go and put, I have said it. I think we said it a few days ago. I've always told pro-NNPC, remove Mele Kyari. Mele Kyari is not the problem. That is not the problem. Okay, Chibi, they were telling us they don't owe any money. They don't owe any money. They owned up yesterday before yesterday that they are owing 6.something billion. They said it's obligation. They don't owe. I asked the Port Harcourt refinery man. I said, okay, if then they said what was responsible for the shortage was a supply glitch. You can call that anything. I said, okay, if there is a supply glitch, don't we have a national strategic reserve that we can dip into to bridge the supply? You understand? Don't we have the national strategic reserve? The man went the man went blank.
Comrade,
I said,
let's wrap up
and
because of time. Just wrap up your thoughts.
and we are not at war. We are not at war yet. So let's take NNPC to the exchange. Go and list it on the stock market. Everything will be exposed. You cannot hide anything on the stock market. At least you cannot hide it.
Are we ready for that, Comrade? I don't think so.
Why are we not ready for that? Dangote will be listed as well. Dangote will be listed on the exchange. Are you going to be running? Okay, there are people in the depot. There are people in the pipeline that are adding salary. What are they doing?
Well, Comrade, I wish we can continue with this conversation, but like I stated earlier, this is a conversation that never stops. Yes, I'm sure by tomorrow there'll be a headline regarding pump price, so we'll continue from there. Thank you so much, Comrade.
Let me put this clincher. Be prepared.
Yes.
Minimum 1,000 naira.
It is well.
And that will be official.
It is well. Thank you, Comrade. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Or NNPC will collect from Dangote and sell to us.
Fingers crossed. Well, that's Comrade Ayode Ajishokbe, and that brings a wrap to From the Dailies. I'll be back tomorrow with more stories making the national dailies. My name is Victor Nyedikachi. Good morning to you.